What's good? Back at it again. We're gonna go on jump straight into it. This is part two of why or who and keep trying to target and sacrifice me. But anyway, we're gonna get back into this ex that I had to move with when I had to do an emergency move from Memphis, Tennessee back to Dallas. Now, why I said this ex was spiritually attacking me, because not only was she allowing her family to try over me, she thought basically like she was gonna use me for my money. So before I started working, I had to basically start back donating plasma and stuff, and basically I would give her whatever I had. But the thing is, I'm not gonna be sitting here taking fluids out my body and stuff and letting somebody hang something over my head when one, her total rent in the little 2-bedroom house that was not up to part right was only $650. Something that she could afford. Two, she had taken in her, what do you call it, foster sister's kids or whatever, and so-called adopted them for money. But the thing is, she don't keep the baby's appearance up like she should. She used the money for other stuff. But anyway, basically, long story short, I discovered she had basically developed a gambling problem. See, she liked to get her money on hand. Like to get money in her hands and go to any little corner store she can find or whatever to play them slot machines. And true enough, sometimes she win. But, you know, when you money hungry like that, greedy, and when greed gets in the way of that mind, that's a terrible thing. So I would literally sit there and give her my last $10 to put instead of her putting it in the tank for gas or whatever, using it for something to go in the house or whatever the case was. She would go use it, lose it in the machine, and then be sitting up there whining about having more money on top of that. Not to mention, we made an agreement that this was just for me to get back on my feet. But when she started getting around me and seeing me or whatever, she started wanting to basically play a role like we supposed to be in a relationship or something like that, treating it like that or whatever the case may be, and call herself getting jealous or whatever. Mind you, this is somebody I've never been attracted to. I will honestly say that. It had to have been a love spell, because I can't even stand to look at her now, honestly. And I honestly think to myself, like, what was I thinking back then? Well, back then, I wasn't even spiritually protecting myself then. Back then, I was barely even getting into listening to tarot readings and stuff. But that's the strange way God works, because I've never looked up a tarot reading a day in my life. But for some reason, when I got there, it started popping up in my feed on YouTube. And the more and more I started to click on it, it started exposing her right there. And she started getting nervous because she would hear me listening to it and then hear it basically exposing her. And here's the kicker too. Something I'll never forgive her for, or whatever. You know, I forgive, let go, let God. I never forget that though. Not only the kids that she adopted, she kept allowing their mother to come around, which she wasn't even supposed to be around. So not only did the mother walk around with a deadly disease that she's probably gonna pass away from because she done let it get too bad, but her significant other was also walking around with a sexually transmitted disease. Then on top of that, they had the nerve to try to use me for my money for more, trying to force me into buying cleaning products for the house, knowing I am, because I'm not trying to catch nothing or whatever they got. Long story short, I got so disgusted. I've never seen nobody do this in my life. Not these people was sitting up here knowing they got sexually transmitted disease, making the baby sleep on the couch or whatever at the time, because at that time I'm working. So the mother moved out and got her own apartment. The kids had their own room, finally. No, they mama, with her sexually transmitted disease, having self want to come there with her girlfriend, lay all up in the kid's bed, and that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But never in my life have I seen, well, you know what, with the family I got, yeah, it's believable, but I can't believe how people would do in this world. So that was another issue with her, and I just had to leave. At that point, I had to go. I had to leave. And when she seen that I got a job and was working and stuff, then she started trying to play a little nice. But before that, I had gotten to a point where I stopped sleeping in the room with her and let the kids sleep in the bed with her, because I felt like that was only right anyway, because they're babies. So I wanted to sleep on the couch, even let their mama and her girl have that room, because there's no way I'm sleeping in the bed where they being sexual and then they got two different type of diseases and they mixing it together. Like, I don't got time for it. Do you feel me? But on top of that, they was sitting there trying to purposely drive me crazy, like trying to use me. Then they was sitting up talking about me and stuff, plotting and planning, like making threats like they want to jump me type, you know what I'm saying? And the whole time I'm sitting up here getting on my feet, then doing stuff for this girl's kids that I don't have to do, but I'm doing it anyway because the person that I'm living with adopted them. So I'm sitting up here also picking them up from daycare and stuff on my own. The daycare know me. I'm picking the kids up, buying them stuff for their birthday and stuff, constantly buying them snacks and stuff like that, cooking for them. I'm not bathing them because at this point they're 5. I'm teaching them how to bathe themselves properly though, but I'm doing everything a parent should be doing. You feel me? And she has the nerve to get mad and say because I don't fool with her that she don't want me around the kids. I said, okay, cool, fine with me. So I ain't got to get up and go, you know, go pick them up from daycare or nothing like that. I can just chill. Well, my ex had a problem with that and tried to force me to get along. You can't force me to get along with somebody that I know for a fact is sitting up here talking shit about me behind my back. Then sitting up here trying to plot and scheme on how they want to fight me and stuff, and then trying to bully me to make me allow you to use my shit. As in, like, use my computer and stuff like that, or it was always a problem if I did go to the store and buy some food or whatever like that and just cook it for myself. But nobody said nothing to them when they brought pizzas in and stuff like that and didn't offer me a damn thing. It was stuff like that. Then here's the kicker. When me and my ex finally got to that point, which we had already said that before I got there, but she wanted to act brand new. And there wasn't no agreement that we was together or nothing like that. I tried my best to be nice and cordial or whatever the case, but she ended up getting in her feelings, and before it was said and done, like I said, I wasn't even sitting in the room with her no more. I had detached from her fully. So she felt like it was best for her to go back to the chick that she was messing with when I was gone anyway, which was fine with me. And it made her even more mad when I was like, hey, go and do what you do. I do not care. But see, like I said too, little did I know the girl that I had met after her and ended up going on a date with or whatever, I didn't even know that she was going to be sent in to me. So this particular ex, I'm gonna call her XT, letter T. Anyway, so long story short, after all that little drama or whatever, I finally ended up hitting up somebody who ended up being a fake friend, somebody that was following me since childhood, you know. But we'll get into that to a later time. Anyway, I had him and his baby mama come pick me up, so I had to go back to my old neighborhood, which I did dread wanting to go live with him because I already knew what it was about. But hey, I had to get up and get the fuck out from where I was then. But we gonna get into that in part 3. We're gonna leave that here for now. But I had to give more detail on what really happened between me and her. But stay tuned for part 3 because it's coming. Trust. Have a blessed one.